0 to 1 isn't just about startups, it's about starting up, starting new ideas, new versions of yourself, new ways of working. And if you're willing to think differently, act intentionally, and create courageously, you don't just move from 0 to 1. You build a life that's truly yours. I used to think progress meant doing more, working harder, saying yes, chasing trends. But then I read 0 to 1 and realized real progress is going from nothing to something new. Not copying, not competing, but creating. That book didn't just change how I work, it changed how I live. I was stuck in comparison loops, comparing my career, my timeline, my success. But Peter Thiel's first principle hit me hard. Competition kills clarity. So I stopped asking, how can I win? And started asking, what do I see that others don't? That mindset helped me launch a tiny weekend project, something uniquely mine. It didn't need to go viral. It just needed to exist. So much of life is on autopilot. We follow paths that look safe or familiar. But what if the best answers don't come from Google or your peers, but from your own insight? I started writing down ideas I couldn't stop thinking about, even if they sounded crazy. One of those turned into a product. Another shifted how I approach health. All of them made me feel more alive. I used to rush everything, fast launches, quick results. But speed doesn't mean staying power. Thiel's idea of the last mover advantage taught me to slow down and build deep roots. I started journaling long-term visions, 5 years out. It made my short-term choices feel more aligned. Real legacy takes time. We love the myth that success is random, but it's not. I treated my career like a lottery ticket for too long, just hoping something would click. Now I treat it like a strategy game. I build skills with intention. I say no more often. It's not about being rigid. It's about owning your direction. Thiel talks about finding hidden truths, things others miss. For me, that started with noticing where I felt quietly frustrated. Content fatigue, bad onboarding experiences, people struggling with tools. Instead of just complaining, I asked, what if I solved this? That's where the best ideas come from, your lived experience. I used to think, if it's good, people will find it. They won't. I started learning marketing, not as a gimmick, but as part of the craft. Sharing what I create became a habit. The work doesn't stop at building, it begins there. Not every idea needs to be monetized, but every valuable idea can be. When I made peace with that, I started thinking differently. Could I charge for this workshop? Could I license this tool? Suddenly, side projects became income streams. Not overnight, but definitely not never. Great teams aren't just about skills, they're about shared mission. I started collaborating with people who believed what I believed, not just who could help, but who should. That changed everything, from projects to energy levels. AI didn't take my job, it gave me time. I use it to brainstorm, outline, edit, and structure. But the soul, the story, that's still mine. The right tools let me show up more powerfully, not more robotically. Every time I winged it, I paid for it later. Thiel's point about foundations reminded me, your first steps shape your future. So I started treating every new habit, every idea, every project like a blueprint. That shift brought more stability into my life, personally and professionally. I stopped obsessing over what's trending. Instead, I asked, will this still matter in 5 years? That one question simplified a lot. What I buy, what I build, what I chase. Ambition without grounding becomes fantasy. But Thiel says the opposite is true too. Reality without ambition is mediocrity. So now I stretch my vision and then build the bridge backward. That's how I moved from vague ideas to daily actions that stack. This one hit the deepest. We get to shape the future. That means asking bold questions, taking risks, It means leading, even when no one's watching. And sometimes, it just means taking the first small step, especially when it's scary.